welcome to Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. I'm Rachel Ballinger, and I'm here with... I'm so sorry.
That was cute.
That was rude.
I thought it was cute.
I'm here with Belch.
I mean, it could be my new nickname.
What's the difference between a burp and a belch?
I feel like belch is like deep and it comes from like the girth of your belly, and a burp is just like eep.
So, okay, yeah, like a belch like radiates off the...
Yeah. I'm making this up, but it sounds right.
Oh, it sounds right to me too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here with Emily. Do you want bro staff or boss staff?
I love bro staff. That's my name.
Are you legally changing it to bro staff?
I am strongly considering it.
Emily bro staff, ladies and gentlemen. Usually I have more different guests every once in a while, but no, Emily's just here again.
It's uncensored. I can't say it. No, I feel like that's insensitive. I was going to say I'm like herpes. I just never go away. But what's a little more sensitive thing I could say?
I'm like a fly?
No, they die too quickly.
Yeah. What? What's the worms I have in my tree?
Oh, I already forgot. They have
the Boris worms?
They have a nasty name.
Is it Boris?
No, but borehole worms.
Borehole worms.
They can't get rid of me no matter how hard you try.
You can vinegar and lemon that all day long, and that bitch is staying.
She's always coming back.
All right. So I decided I wanted this to be the dirtiest episode I've ever done.
I love that.
What type of dirty? I don't care. Just I want it dirty.
Yeah.
So I asked Instagram to tell me their dirtiest stories. I didn't say sexual.
No, you just said dirty.
I just said dirty. And your mind can do with that as it will. And then I've asked Emily to go through DMs because sometimes I don't like seeing mean things that people say.
Yeah.
I also hated the way I spoke just now.
Wow, who does baby voice now?
Because I'm a giant baby when I don't want to read my comments and stuff. But that was gross.
Yeah.
I hate myself at the moment for the baby talk.
Say one nice thing about yourself. Make up for it.
I'm tall.
I do love that about you.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm very tall.
Yeah.
I got sunburned the other day. It's starting the top part's turning into a tan.
Mine too. Yeah.
But I'm still pale in other spots.
Well,
it's a very weird tan I have going on my stomach.
Next time you go out, just rub the lotion where the tan is and leave the pale spots out to burn, and then it'll equal out. I've heard that's how that works.
Yeah. So next week we're going on the boat again, and I'll do that.
Yeah, exactly.
How about I just don't burn myself anymore?
Ugh, boring. Fine, whatever.
I lived in the sun my entire life, and so I never worried about sunburns because my skin was just always tan.
Mm-hmm.
And as an adult, I wear clothes more often, I guess.
Interesting.
Well, I don't live at the beach. Like, as a kid, my summers were just at the beach every single day.
Yeah.
I went to the beach once, and it was last Monday. I played volleyball in the evening.
When the sun was setting. Yeah.
When the sun was setting. Summers are not what we were conditioned to think summers are the best.
Right, but as an adult, it's just as equally as depressing as the winter.
Yes, but it's hotter.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to deal with snow and rain. I mean, I love those things, but to live in them suck. But the sun's out a little bit longer, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
Well, and we also live in California, so it's just like we don't have drastic seasons.
No.
Like the rest of the world.
It's a little bit warmer today out.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Anyway, today is the dirty episode. Emily, do you have dirty things for me?
Well, first, do you want to tell the audience how you're doing?
This isn't ATI.
Oh, we don't talk about feelings?
Well, not really.
Oh. Well, then I don't want to hear how you're doing. I'm not interested anymore. I'm
fine, but I don't think that's what this audience cares about.
Oh. Well, suck it. All right. So I have categories for you.
Okay.
Because when you said you wanted it to be like dirty, I was thinking like dirty, interesting, quirky, weird.
None of those have to do with the word dirty. Those are not synonyms.
Gross and dirty.
Okay. Weird, quirky.
Well, here, my mind just flowed. You have to go with my flow, okay? Because first I started looking up like dirty stories, and then it was like it led me to like dirty sex stories. But then a lot of those dirty sex stories led to hospital stories, and then those hospital stories led to like medical stories, and it just kept going and going and going. So where it all originated in the dirt Google search, and somehow expanded to
because I also told Emily she can just find me. I said look up the dirtiest word, the dirtiest story, the dirtiest joke.
Yeah,
I want dirty.
Ooh.
Whatever that means to you. It could literally mean like a farming story.
So, see, quirky.
That's not quirky.
You said it could be whatever I wanted it to be. You just said
with
that.
the word dirty. But quirky
Corkily
is not...
dirty.
Okay.
You can't give me free reign and then be
didn't
mad
give
at
you
what I
free
found.
reign. I said dirty.
You said, oh, just whatever
around that word.
Yeah.
And
so,
you decided the word then changed to quirky.
I'm just saying, how many Google refreshes would it take? How many clicks would it take you to get from dirty to quirky? I'm guessing 3. You know how people do that on Wikipedia?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, how many clicks are you going to have to do to get to a certain topic? I'm guessing 3. So we're in the family tree. It's like a distant cousin once removed that really no one likes to acknowledge. That's the energy I'm going with today. You're welcome.
I am going to roast the shit out of you.
I'm so excited.
If these aren't near dirty.
Okay, well then let's start with dirty. Here are the categories. I have germ myths, which I thought were pretty interesting.
Germ myths?
Myths.
I want to hear this immediately.
Well,
oh my God, I'm so impatient.
I know. We're working on it. Okay.
All right.
The dirtiest jobs and how much they get paid.
Yes.
Really gross stuff about animals, like how
you would of course you would love that. That's foul.
And like how they can affect you.
See, foul
I
is
like that
a
word
synonym for dirty.
Like quirky.
No. Never is that a synonym.
Then we have disgusting history, facts and stories,
okay,
like of what they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, I like
we
that.
have really gross hospital stories.
Yes.
We have gross sex stories. And then this, I don't think is, like, I would say this is not a synonym or related to dirty, but it was one of those things I stumbled across because the article was like, world's grossest foods. And I don't like that. Like, we've talked about like this before. Like, something we find is gross.
Someone else might love.
Another country, it's like their staple or they love it or like
I
part
don't
of their
want to
culture.
I used to diss food back in the day. Obviously, I'm not who I am back in the day.
Yeah.
And my palate has drastically changed, as with my world viewpoints. And I very much would not diss a food anymore.
No, but I am interested because they are different. So I am interested, if you weren't vegan, would you eat them? Like, would you have a mental block?
Yes.
You know, if you were to go to this country and try and be a part of their culture, could you
My dad ate live guppies once when he went to an Asian country. And he ate it out of respect.
Yeah. Because he's was he like on a business trip or something?
He was a traveling salesman for many, many years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a lot for me. I don't think I could do that.
I don't think I can do anything with a face. Like, if I can see the face as I'm eating it, I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, I was always very good at detaching the face from what I'm eating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a burger, not a cow.
That's not a cow, it's a burger.
That's a burger.
Right.
But when you're like, here's a guppy, you
yeah,
can't be like, no, it's a guppy.
Yeah, right.
Like, no, it's a guppy.
Right.
All right.
All right, which category would you like to start with?
I wanted the germs. I want to go down. I liked all these.
Okay.
And did you get any from the people?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So, some of them are screenshots that I put into these categories.
Love it.
Okay. So you want the germ myths?
I want the germ myths.
Okay. Might not be as interesting as the rest of the categories, but they're still good. I'm not selling this very well. They're going to be so interesting.
Just give us facts. We can
okay.
rapid germ fact it.
This article is titled 5 Myths About Germs That You Need to Stop Believing. And so the first one I found so interesting because up until 10 minutes ago, I thought this was true, that hot water disinfects better. It doesn't.
What?
Yeah. So cool water washes away the same amount of bacteria as hot water, according to a recent study of people whose hands were analyzed for germs after washing at various temperatures. It says the faucet water would have to be well above 100 degrees Fahrenheit
Which
to
would
kill.
burn you.
Exactly. You would get burned. Any bacteria on your hand. So it says it all depends on how long you run your hands under the water and how well you scrub with the soap, not the temperature of the water.
Because in like restaurants, it's a requirement that there's like immediate hot water to wash at the washing stations.
But you know what? And I've told everyone this because I know so many people that run their dishwashers but don't put on the heat cycle. The actual dishwashing does not clean your dishes. It just gets the food substances off of it. It's the heat cycle that kills the bacteria. So if you're not running the heat cycle with your dishwash,
I have no idea what a heat cycle is. I just put it on normal go.
The drying at the end.
Oh, I do dry boost.
Yeah, and if you don't, a lot of people will turn off the drying because it takes a lot of electricity.
Oh,
but that's what sanitizes your dishes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's not the water or the temperature of the water that you wash your dishes in. It's because the heat gets above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever, to kill the bacteria.
Oh, yeah, when you pull them out, they're really hot.
Yeah, like burns.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the temperature you'd have to wash your hands at if you actually wanted it to make a difference.
Ah!
Right?
The more you know.
Yep. Okay, this one, I feel like we all kind of knew this one, that hand dryers are not more sanitary.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's so
it's blowing
fucking disgusting.
Poop particles around.
Yes.
I never use a hand dryer.
Me neither.
I wipe it on my own ass.
Yes. Yep. I will wipe it on my shirt before I use a hand dryer. Yep. And then speaking of poop particles, apparently the whole if your toothbrush is within 8 feet of your toilet is a myth.
I knew it.
I
fucking knew it. We keep ours in a drawer for aesthetic reasons.
Oh, because you just want like a clear counter.
Yeah. Abby does not like things on the counter.
Yeah. So it says your toothbrush, they tested a bunch, like obviously like thousands of toothbrushes for this study. And your toothbrush does have feces particles on it.
Oh.
Because you don't wash your hands well enough. Or like even if your toothbrush is not near the toilet, like if you put it down on the counter, like I don't know, like there's poop, and this is what I've learned from this research in the past hour. I am disgusted, and I kind of already knew it, but I was avoiding it and getting it out of my head, and now I've just been slapped in the face with it. There's poop particles everywhere, and especially on your phone. More than any other surface in your entire home besides the inside of your toilet. But your phone has more poop particles on it than your toilet seat.
I believe that.
And so if you grab your phone and then grab your toothbrush without washing in between, so your toothbrush does have poop particles on it, but it's not, they said unless your toothbrush is within 2 feet of your toilet and you flush with your lid open.
Okay, so 2 feet lid open.
Yeah, so if it's more than 2 feet away and your lid is closed, there's not giant poop particles flinging out of the toilet and landing on your toothbrush.
All right.
It's from your phone and your hands.
Well, this also is just making me realize that like a little poop isn't going to hurt anybody.
No, remember we read that story about the mom that put the poop in her kid's chili? Do you remember that?
Oh my God.
Or did you?
I think I blocked that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why did she do that?
Because she said she wanted to boost their immune system. So she would put a tablespoon of poop in their chili once a month. And you said, how bad does your cooking have to be that no one notices there's poop?
I'm fucking hilarious.
That's my favorite.
I don't even remember that.
That's my favorite response I've ever gotten. That was so hilarious.
Yeah, well, with my dogs, I figured there's poop everywhere because they poop and then they'll rub their butts on stuff and up against stuff. And
and great segue. That was the last myth that I saw. And I feel like a lot of people know this, but just to get it out there for everyone, because we just discovered on ATI that common knowledge. No, it was here. Common knowledge is not common knowledge.
Yeah, what, that dogs' mouths aren't cleaner than humans?
No, they are so disgusting.
They're foul. I remember learning that on Mythbusters.
Yes. Yep. A lot of these are like what Mythbusters has done. Yeah.
All right. Well, those were pretty gross.
Yeah. So there are your myths.
Way to start a dirty podcast.
Yeah. All right. So now do you want to go into jobs, history stories, animals, hospital, or sex? It's like Jeopardy. Like, pick your category.
Let's go. I want jobs. I want to know the dirtiest jobs.
Okay. So we all know the like regular ones, which are like what are the people that pick up your trash?
Garbage men? Sanitation?
Sanitation. I think they're called like sanitation specialists or something.
Okay.
Like, garbage men that come, or women, garbage people.
That sounds like an insult. You garbage people.
Yeah. Like, we all know, and like we know people that like clean porta potties. Like, we know
oh God, that has to be a foul job.
And apparently they make $60,000 a year doing that.
Good for them.
If they can clean, and I read this on the article, if they can clean 6 to 8 porta potties a day, because porta potties have to be cleaned manually, obviously.
Yes.
They can make $60,000 a year, which I feel like is not nearly enough.
No, they should be making $200,000 a year. But I read a thing where it was like, people are starting to realize, they're like, teachers always said like, you better work harder, you're going to end up as a garbage man. Little did they tell us that garbage men were making more money than them.
Or plumbers. They make 6 figures, and they don't have to go to like college.
They go to trade school.
They go to trade school, which is a lot less expensive.
And you can earn money doing trade school, because half of it is like not internship,
on-site training.
What is it called? What is that called?
Don't know.
Someone with no, that's your residency is when you're a doctor. Same thing to me.
What are you doing your residency for? Plumbing. Honestly, they should use that. Yeah.
I would use it. I'm on the tip of my tongue.
You got this.
No, I don't. You're doing. Apprenticeship.
There you go. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my God, that was such a big word. That was such a big word. I'm so sorry. It took me so long to get there.
Yeah.
So you could make money during that. So being a plumber or an electrician or a garbage man, woman, people, is actually a really, like, it's a totally decent way. It's harder to like, well, no, because like if you're a plumber, like you can start your own business. Like you can eventually become, there isn't a ceiling.
Right.
Like people are like, oh, you can only get promoted so much or whatever. I'm like, you could run your own plumbing business if you want to.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go to business school.
Right. And the unions that a bunch of these like blue collar jobs have, like they get incredible benefits and like, whatever. And like they're good paying jobs for the most part. I mean, there's always going to be people out there that are like, I only earn like 15,000 and I'm clogging toilets every day. But like for the majority, like good insurance, good paying, they can join unions. Like, yeah. So we know the typical ones.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know about this. I didn't even think about it. Crime scene cleaner is one of the like actual most hazardous jobs you can have. And there was a story in here. Genuinely, it is too gross and graphic.
I don't want it.
Yeah, on here. It made me realize how,
because they have to deal with body parts.
Yes. And blood and
feces and urine
and sometimes when bodies are left for too long, they have to
the
deal.
maggots and the flies and the explosion and the smell.
So yeah, and they make anywhere from, I mean, if you're like a top notch, you own your own business, you can make like a good 6 figures. But they said like the average makes between 80 and 90,000 a year. And of course, this is, I'm sure there are people in the comments that are going to be like, it depends per state. It depends. Like, there's all the, but just in general, 80 to 90,000 a year, which again, I don't feel like is enough.
That's not enough.
No, it's so
that is not enough.
Yeah. I just the trauma alone.
You have to be so detached.
Yep. So that one I didn't think about before. Didn't know this was a job. Animal urine collector.
What? For what?
So a lot of things, like you can go to like Home Depot or like even Walmart.
Oh, because you need like an animal scent for hunting and stuff, or to deter animals.
So a lot of people, because I grew up in the South, so a lot of people would go to Walmart like once a month and they'd buy coyote pee, and they make a border around their property with a coyote pee so that like their dogs didn't get snatched by coyotes or like just. And then with hunting, you want deer pee smell so that deers are attracted to you. And
wow, that's disgusting.
I had never put it together that someone has to collect that. Someone has to collect it.
That doesn't seem humane. There has to be like they're locked up in cages and they do that.
So this said, an animal urine collector is a unique job for sure. According to there's a little flag over what the article, it says according to this article that I can't see, deer have to be kept overnight. The floor, they have to be kept in a room overnight. The floor in the room has tiny holes where the urine drips and gets collected underneath. Urine collectors have to come up with a gallon each night, but they typically earn around $80,000 a year.
I think that one's reasonable.
I feel like that one's reasonable. So there's like a room underneath the room that the deer are in with holes and buckets. So they collect the filled up buckets after the pee has dripped through the holes and into the buckets, and then they package it up and send it off.
I mean, it's gross, but it's just urine.
It's just pee, at least.
When you're dealing with the poop or body parts, everything should be up.
Yeah, but have you smelled? I mean, I'm from the South, so like if I were to ask anyone from the South, been like, have you smelled deer pee? They'd be like, well, yeah. I'm sure.
No, I have never smelled deer pee.
People in my high school were bitches, and if they were mad at you, they would go to Walmart and they'd buy a pint of deer pee and they'd pour it in your AC vents on the outside of your car. So you would get in your car and you can't get rid of it. Like even changing the filter, it's like it takes months to go away. So if like someone didn't like you, your car would just smell like deer piss.
That should be illegal.
I'm sure it is. That's like messing with someone's property.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of high school girls running it. Like who's going to catch them,
Wow, that's terrible.
It's disgusting. So, and then the last one that I saw, and I actually watched a little mini documentary. There's this YouTube channel called like Adam Knows or Adam Knows All or something. I don't know, but he's He's basically like a Hank Green.
Yeah.
But he's a little more like Gen Z and sarcastic. And so I really enjoy watching his stuff. And he did a whole mini series on sewer inspectors. So like, plumbers, like septic tank cleaners, like whatever. Sewer inspectors, they have to like get in hazmat suits. And I don't think a lot of people realize that sewers are massive underneath our cities.
Oh, they're huge.
Like I could stand on your shoulders in the sewer underneath us, under the roads, and I still wouldn't be able to reach up and touch the ceiling.
Yeah.
They're massive. The gross thing that I saw in this documentary was when flushable wipes.
They get stuck. They create a wall in those sewers.
He said it was a 20-foot diameter wall of flushable wipes.
They're not flushable.
No. I mean, they'll flush.
You can physically flush them, but they are not going to disintegrate.
No. So they get stuck, and that's someone's job, is they have to go. It basically looked like a little pitchfork that they went down there with. So they're in a hazmat suit, and they have a pitchfork, and they just stab away at this wall full of poopy, flushable wipes, and then they bag it up, and then they take it to the dump. That's someone's job.
They have to get paid so much money.
This one didn't say how much they got paid, but I would assume.
You would have to, because, oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah. How much do sewer inspectors get paid? Because they have to make a lot. Nope.
There's no. Oh, did you have to see a picture?
No. It says around $50,000.
No, they need to be paid so much more.
Oh,
maybe because it doesn't happen that often.
No, it says on the low end, the salaries of sewer inspectors in the U.S. range from $18,000 to $62,000, with a median salary of $36,000.
That's not enough money. Is it because it doesn't happen that often?
No, I think it's because it's one of those things where it's like it's unskilled. And so it's I'm not saying
you don't have to go to a trade school or get a bachelor's degree.
Exactly. So they can hire someone that is just desperate for quick cash and throw the money their way and say, go, clean all this up. It's kind of like
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting though.
So don't use flushable wipes.
Those things. Don't. I thought everyone knew that.
No. So you can use them, but throw them in your trash can, which is also a little gross. But
get a bidet.
You do you.
Get a bidet,
or at least if you can't afford a bidet, get a squirt bottle.
Well, with how much you're spending on wipes, you'll eventually have already bought a bidet.
Yeah.
It's just an upfront fee, but like you can get cheap ones for like. I want to say like $70 you can get one.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, like the one I have is very expensive, but it's a heated toilet seat.
It like literally sings to you.
It's like, hey, beautiful tushy.
Right. Wow, great poop.
Yeah, exactly.
It, like ranks your poop.
I need that. Not everyone needs that.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Before we move on to the next genre of dirty, let's check if we have a sponsor for today. Sponsor. Dave is our sponsor for today. Dave is the banking app that's leveling the financial playing field. When you download Dave, you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. No credit check, no late fees. It's part of Dave's Extra Cash account. Advance the money you need with no interest and then settle up later. We've all needed a little financial help here and there, and that's why Dave is great. It can get you the cash you need in between paychecks, and you can build credit by settling extra cash advances on time. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to make their finances easier. Download Dave today at dave.com/Rachel. That's dave.com/Rachel, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. No credit check, no late fees. Download the Dave app now or go to dave.com/Rachel. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Eligibility criteria and instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve. Member FDIC. And we're back. I am tired.
Oh no. Oh yeah, it's because you can't have coffee.
I'm trying to drink green tea. If you missed it, I have GERD. And I can't have coffee or caffeine, but I can drink green tea, which has caffeine in it. I don't know. I'm not questioning it. Yeah. If I can get anything in me, I'm going to take it. But I think I'm doing good.
Okay, good. You feel a little bit better?
I'm doing a lot better.
Good.
I'm definitely not 100%. I think I'm at like 80, 90%.
Still? I'm a lot better.
Still got to keep up with this stupid diet I'm on.
Yeah.
But oh my God. Abby was like, well, welcome to normal life for people who don't drink coffee. I'm like, okay, I get that you're always this tired, but I'm going through withdrawals.
Yeah.
This isn't my normal. So
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
Right.
I don't know what to do with myself.
I just sometimes look out the window and I find her wandering aimlessly in the backyard.
I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything.
I know.
All right. Sorry about my complaining. What's the next dirty genre we got?
Okay. So we have gross and disturbing history stuff, hospital stories, animals, or sex.
Let's go with the sex.
Okay.
Let's give people what they want.
Okay, these are a couple that were submitted.
Perfect.
Okay, so it said, we were in the middle of sex and he let out a huge, loud, smelly fart and it totally jolted me. It happens, okay? It happens. That's not the problem here. I was like, whoa, you really...
Wait, but like a big one? I understand if a little one comes out.
Yeah, fair.
But a big one?
Yeah, if like a little toot comes out, I'm like, oh, hee, whatever. It happens to everyone.
It happens. But like a big one that stinks?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, couldn't he just be like, oh, hold on, the condom broke. I'm going to go get a new one. Or literally
just be like, oh, shit, I got to fart. Hold on. And run away. Like literally just say that and then come back and laugh and then keep going.
Yeah. I would rather that than have to smell it.
Yes.
Yeah. So she said, I was like, whoa, you really let that one go. And this was the first time we were having sex also. And he told me.
Oh, not a good first impression, my bro.
It gets worse. He told me that he wanted me to fart too because it turned him on. That was the first and last time I saw him.
No.
I'll do a lot of things for my partner if they're like, oh, let's try. I'm always up for trying. I'm not going to shame. But if she looked me in the eyes and she was like, fart on me, mommy, I think I would dry up immediately and laugh so hard I'd pee myself.
Listen, I don't shame fetishes where no one's getting hurt, right?
Yeah, fair.
That's fine. Or unwillingly hurt.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If everyone's consenting, I don't shame fetishes there. But I think before you start a sexual relationship with someone, you should let them know your fetishes.
Yeah, or like ease them into it. Don't just like fart and then be on top of them.
Yeah, or just be like, be like, oh, you can fart in front of me. I kind of like it. Like,
oh, yeah, that's a good way to
kind of ease it into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I guess like you don't have to come straight out and be like, I have a fart fetish. But yeah, maybe like ease them into it a little bit.
Fart on me.
Not just the first time you're having sex.
Well, and the fact
start
that
ripping them.
He subjected her to that.
Yes, unwilling participant of a fetish.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. An unwilling participant.
If I would be okay with this. I mean, if it were me personally, I think I would laugh because I'm a child and I'm 7, mentally. But if he were to be like, hey, like let's try some fart play. I whatever, but if he like literally all I'm picturing is like he's inside of her and it's just like
Blaze does not like that at all.
Side eye.
You do not have a fart fetish, my man.
He does
not even a little bit. All right, that's an intense one.
Okay. This one says
he's very offended.
I'm so sorry.
He's okay, Bubba.
I won't ever do it again.
Oh, big boy.
Oh, he said I was sleeping. He's smiling on the side.
Yeah, he is because he's getting his scratches now. There it is. Oh, I found the spot. Oh, I'm getting kicks.
His little smile.
There you go. Okay,
good boy. All right. This one says, this girl I was dating was pretty adventurous and I usually was into it. But this one time she wanted to bring food into the bedroom and I figured it would be something like chocolate or whipped cream. She came back from the kitchen with some mayo and rubbed it all over my dick. I like mayo on my sandwiches and those alone.
Does she like mayo? Because if she likes mayo, then what's the difference between that and chocolate?
The smell of mayo makes me want to gag. I love mayo, but the smell of it makes me want to gag. And so I think if I smelled it on me in a sexual way, I wouldn't, I genuinely think I'd throw up.
If this chick is super into mayo, what does he care? She put it on his dick. He's getting a blowjob.
That's true.
He is not one to complain.
Plug up your nose, buddy.
Don't look and enjoy.
Yeah.
That one, I'm like, nah. I don't get food in sex. I do not. It is so messy.
That's the fun part.
No, like the sheets. You can't get chocolate out of sheets.
Oh, no. You have to have a designated messy sex blanket that you use when one of you is on your period, or like you don't want to get the bed super dirty.
I mean, if Abby wanted to drizzle me in chocolate, I would let her do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But I have no desire to put food into sex.
Okay.
Also, like, vaginas are fickle. The pH balance is...
You're not putting it in.
No, but even, like, on top. But, like, I guess it would just be, like...
No.
I could see if, like, okay, if I was, like, eating someone out and putting the food there, then it would taste better. But not that it tastes bad. Just, like, it would taste like chocolate instead.
Yeah.
But I'm like... No, I respect the vulva and the vagina. I would never want to smother it with any food because the pH and the...
Right.
I don't want any yeast infections or UTIs happening on my account.
Right.
So then it's just...
For me, it goes on the body.
Yeah.
Not on the body.
I'm fine with licking the body without anything on it.
Yeah, but it makes it more fun when there's something tasty there. You also don't have a big sweet tooth.
I don't.
So you would just be like, what could we put? Ketchup.
Maybe this chick didn't eat dairy.
Maybe.
So she couldn't put whipped cream or chocolate on them, so she went with mayo.
Yep. Okay.
That's egg-based.
We found the solution.
I mean, yeah, I'm just like, I don't need the food. I'd be fine with it. I'm just like, don't understand why it's such a big thing with sex. I guess because you lick it off people's bodies.
Yeah, it's just something fun to just be like, oh, it's quirky.
Oh, my God.
I'm always going to circle back around.
Oh, my God.
All right. This one, I'm not going to preface it. I'm just going to go. While on our honeymoon, my husband and I wound up with a raging case of food poisoning. As fate would have it, we only had one bathroom. And we took turns on the toilet, while the other used the tub to vomit. Eventually, the time came when we both had to poop. Nothing says love like seeing your brand new spouse hanging their ass over the side of the tub to poop while you're puking your brains out. That is
so disgusting.
I have a really weird thing about pooping in front of people.
You won't do it. She won't poop if we're in the house.
No, I can't. Like,
if it's just Abby and I in the living room and you are all the way in our bathroom, there's 2 doors closed in between. On the other side,
fine.
That's fine.
Right. But if you're in the bedroom or you're in the hallway, it physically will not come out of my body.
Dude, I can poop anywhere, anytime.
I envy you.
I am a pooper.
My God.
I just know Abby doesn't like to hear it, so I don't care. Like, I'll make sure that she doesn't. But no.
Who would? I mean, unless that's your fetish, who would like to hear their partner shitting?
Well, like, I think some people just doesn't bug them. If I heard her
it doesn't
pooping,
bother me.
It would not bother.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, no.
So,
but it would bother. You think?
It would bother Abby?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't want to hear me poop.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ask my girlfriend now and be like, I won't poop in front of her, but I'm like, if you did hear me shitting, how would that make you feel? Because I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it doesn't bother me at all.
Like, I think I grew up around pooping and farting being funny jokes. So to me, it's like,
yeah.
It wouldn't turn me on, but it also wouldn't like completely turn me off.
Yeah. I feel like we grew up pretty similarly where it's like, there was like, you shit when you had to shit.
Then how are you so clammed up now?
I don't know. And I really, like, genuinely, if I had extra money to just, like, waste on extra therapy sessions, I would like to get to the bottom of this because it started when I was in college. In high school, I used to shit in front of we talked about this the other day. I used to shit in front of my friends all the time. Like, they would sit in the bathroom with me while I would shit.
Yes.
And then in college, it just, like, a switch flipped. And I was like, nope. And I don't know what the pivotal moment was.
I want you to deep dive into that.
Me too.
I really do.
I'll do some hypnotherapy or something.
I would love for you to do hypnotherapy.
Yeah, just really get in there and see what's going on. Yeah. All right, this was the last one that was submitted.
Oh, I think we're gonna
someone's coming.
Have a Miss Abigail in here in a second.
Or not. Maybe she was just closing it. The gate. We heard the gate open and close.
That sounds different.
Oh, I hear her talking. Maybe she's finishing up a call.
Abby?
I don't know.
She doesn't do phone calls.
Oh, so
Who
sorry.
Do you think she is.
She's on FaceTime constantly.
Yeah, that's FaceTime, not a phone call.
I didn't know I had to specify that we were talking about FaceTime.
All right. Anyway,
this is the last.
Enough bickering, Emily. Get to the quirky
God,
stuff.
You're being so quirky. All right. After a bad breakup in college, I went out with some girlfriends and ended up going home with someone. 3 days later, I felt something weird when I went to the bathroom. I stuck my finger up there, felt something, and pulled out a condom that still had semen in it. I went 3 days without noticing a semen-filled condom was stuck up my vagina.
That was on an episode of Broad City.
I don't know what that is.
Broad City. Oh, you've never watched Broad City?
Mm-mm.
I'm upset for you. You would love it.
Is it kind of like Office humor or something?
Yeah, it's two girls that live in New York.
I see clips all the time on TikTok. Curly black hair.
Yes,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You would love it.
Okay.
Oh my God, please watch Broad City.
Okay. Does it have a laugh track?
No.
Okay, then I will watch it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, because I have seen clips and I was like, it's the clip I love from that show is when the girl's dying and she's like, if you die, I'm going to kill myself so we can be together. So you better wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to watch Broad City.
Okay.
And that was in an episode where she came out from the bathroom and she's like, I just found a condom inside of me.
I wonder how common this is.
I don't know, but she had sex with a dude the day before. And so she called him. She was like, you left your condom in me. He's like, we didn't use a condom. And she was like, so she had a sex with a different guy 2 days before that. And she was like, she called him and she was like, the condom's from you? And then she was like, the other dude was fucking me and didn't realize there was a condom in me. So
yeah, I wonder if this is like a common thing. How did the guy? I guess like if you're just having a hookup, because if you're
drunk
or if you're with your boyfriend, they're gonna tell you it slipped off. Like they obviously pull it off when they're done and throw it away. So if they're pulling out and all of a sudden there's not a condom on them. And it's like a one night stand. Maybe they're like too embarrassed to say something, or like they are drunk. Like that's gross and absolutely wrong.
Wonder how often that is.
I'm wondering.
That's so disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She tried to be safe and wear a condom.
I know, get into it, but then it was just sloshing around.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah. How often do you stick your fingers up your vagina all the way up there and fish around for stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the shower I'll do a little whoop clean.
Huh. Okay.
Just with water, though.
Yeah.
Don't put soap up your vagina.
No. Or other things. Just.
You can put fingers.
Yeah, I suppose. As long as they're clean.
Yes.
Poop free.
Poop free. Well, nothing's really poop free, as we've discovered.
As we've learned.
All right. What's our next story?
Okay. You have hospital stories, history stories, animals, or we could go through the exotic. Is exotic okay? Can we say exotic foods? I feel like that's fine, right?
I think that's fine. Let's do foods, but first let's check to see if we have another sponsor for today. Sponsor! BetterHelp. BetterHelp is our sponsor for today. Sometimes in life we're faced with tough choices, and the path forward isn't always clear. I remember when I got out of college, I had no idea what to do next. And then again, when I was in a really bad relationship, I didn't know how to get out of it. And whether you're dealing with decisions about careers, relationships, or anything else, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life. Therapy has definitely helped me figure out how to move forward with big life choices. Trusting yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything else. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge, because sometimes it takes a while to find one that fits with you. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/RU today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/RU. And we're back. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I know you were speaking first and I interrupted you.
I was saying your ads or your sponsor singing is getting more passionate every episode.
I am more passionate about it. I've heard that. I've felt that.
Yeah.
I'm also really proud of myself that I remembered to do it twice. Because sometimes I only remember to do it once.
Yeah.
And then we not legally, well, I guess contractually, have to put 2 in each episode.
Yeah.
So when I don't remember to do it twice, Emily has to find a random place in
and then
podcast.
The audio we're like, oh yeah, condoms and vaginas. Welcome to today's sponsor. And it's just so awkward.
BetterHelp.
There's no warning.
Yep. All right, let's do foods.
Okay. Okay, so this is a pecorino cheese from Sardinia.
So we're not saying these are dirty and gross. Other people have deemed them this. But we're just seeing if I would eat them if I wasn't vegan.
Yes. Like, is this so obscure that you think you can wrap your head around it?
Okay, I like the word obscure.
Yes. Okay, so this is a pecorino cheese. It's a Sardinian specialty. It has been deemed by food critics the most disgusting cheese of the world. We are not saying that. They did. The direct translation of the cheese, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but it directly translates as rotten cheese because it's a block of pecorino cheese where they scrape the top layer off and allow nests of maggots to habitate in there.
No, I would not eat that. Are the
Mm-hmm.
Are the maggots still in there when I eat it?
They scrape it off before you eat it. But it says regionally traditional, the consumption of maggot-laced cheese. Maggot-laced cheese. And they have outlawed it in several countries because it was making people so sick.
Yeah, I was going to say, why do they do it?
I'm sure it has something to do with a flavor that the maggots bring.
Because people are saying that it doesn't taste good either.
They don't say in this article. I did find one more article about it. Okay, let's see.
I wouldn't because it makes people sick. If food is outlawed because it's making people sick, I'm not jumping on that.
Yes.
I don't have that adrenaline seeking part of me.
Fair.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
So it says,
for health reasons.
Yeah. It says the top of the cheese block was removed like a lid so that flies could lay their eggs inside. The larvae of the cheese flies would burrow around and digest the fats. This process would be so advanced that the cheese would develop a soft liquid texture close to complete decomposition. It remains uncertain if the pungent smell was what would cause people to throw up or if it was the maggots. I can't do smells. And I can't do bugs. So I don't think I could try this.
So they liked that it was like they liked the consistency it made,
like
the
cheese? Texture, I guess. Yeah. So the maggots were there for the texture. I can't anything with bugs. I can't.
Yeah, just because he's not mad at you anymore.
Oh, thank you for forgiving me.
I wouldn't because it was making people sick.
Okay.
If I was back to eating dairy and I was in a foreign country and they're like, try this cheese, and then didn't tell me anything about it, and then they were like, and then I tried it, and then afterwards they're like, by the way, we fermented that with maggots. You didn't eat a maggot though. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then I'd be fine with it. But if people are like, this is a maggot cheese, and you might get sick, I'd be like, no, thank you.
Right.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. This is another one. It's called. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Balut or balut. It is a fairly common street food that you can find in both the Philippines and Vietnam. And it is a soft boiled fetal duck egg. So when you open it up,
you see the duck.
And it's like fully formed.
No, like I said earlier, I've never been able to.
With a face.
Yeah, I've been to a weird restaurant where it was like all the parts of the animals that you normally throw away were what it is. Like I've eaten pig's ear and like cow intestine, tongue, I've eaten all that, but I can't eat, like I have a hard time. I eat fish now and I have a really hard time when they bring the full fish out.
No, I don't want the face. Please
I don't want the face. I have a really hard time. I want you to fillet it for me.
Yeah.
Even back, I don't remember if I've probably had duck, but even when I ate meat, I didn't like to eat the exotic lamb, duck kind of thing. I stick to cow,
it's because
pig, chicken, turkey.
I mean, and it's totally like a just regional cultural propaganda thing, but it's like, I found this out years ago and I've been devastated since. Like in a lot of Central and South American countries, they eat guinea pigs. Like it's like their version of chickens.
Oh.
But it's like here, because we domesticate them and we use them as pets, it's like we would never do that. And so it's like, it totally does boil down to like culture, because we've been told that like pigs, cows, and chickens are our food.
Yeah.
And guinea pigs and ducks
I'm
are
sure
cute.
If I was at a Michelin star restaurant and I couldn't see that that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
No,
I don't want to see it.
Sorry. You know what it is.
But if I couldn't see it, like they minced it up.
Okay. Yeah.
I would eat it then to not now, back in the day. For me, it's literally the visual of it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be, but I would probably be like, this was a fermented duck egg.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, fancy. Please put it on my hand and, you smoke it.
No, you slurp it.
Yeah. Well, they do weird things at Michelin star restaurants.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
So
they just show you an image of the food and they're like, feel it on your palate.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'll be $67, please.
You think?
For the one image.
I was like, no. So yeah, I would have if I didn't see it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't, obviously now.
Yeah. Yep.
I can only do fish now.
Okay, this one's a little bit different because and I think I already know your answer because it can be lethal. So this one's puffer fish.
Oh, no.
I don't think I would eat it because I'd be so scared of dying. If I'm going to die, I'm not dying because I ate a puffer fish.
No, I eat fish now, and back in the day I heard this as well when I ate everything, and I was like, no, I don't do things that will risk my life.
Yeah.
I will not jump out of a plane. I will not jump off a bridge.
At
and I will not
having
eat
fun
things.
with those, but I'm not dying because of something I ate. No, like if I'm going to die.
Says the girl who refuses to give up gluten, even though she's extremely intolerant.
Hello. I am who I am. So yeah, in especially Japan, and a lot of times it's been outlawed because you have to go to school for a very long time to learn how to like properly clean the puffer fish because they have a very lethal neurotoxin in them where if you don't cook it exactly right, you'll die. And so a lot of these like street vendors were selling it to tourists as like tell people because the tourists didn't know. And then they were dying. And so now it's like they have all these laws in Japan about how you have to like train for it. But still, even the most trained people can still miss a vein or miss something or like they can poke something by accident. And it's like, it's too dangerous for me.
Yeah, no, don't eat it. Just don't.
Yeah.
Not for ethical reasons, for your life reasons.
Right. Okay, this was the last one. And I did watch this on like a Discovery documentary.
Okay.
It's an Icelandic delicacy. Hot Carl. I don't know. Sorry. It's decomposed shark carcass. So it says the shark carcass tastes like strong cheese, but it smells like urine. This dish was invented by the Vikings at the time when they had to conserve as much food as possible. And the preservation technique they developed is still used today. So it's Greenland shark. They're huge. It's very toxic to humans. So the locals bury it underneath the rocks and sand, which press away the poisonous fluids. And then the flesh is fermented from 6 to 12 weeks and then is dug up and hung up to dry for several months. So then it's not toxic anymore. But they say it smells so strongly of pee that a lot of people that don't grow up in Iceland that come to try it, they can't physically make themselves put it in their mouth because it smells so strong.
I've always been against eating shark.
Me too, just because,
It's a shark.
Yeah.
Again with the baby talk. What is my problem? I need coffee. I need coffee to function as a normal person.
You do.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I wouldn't eat it.
I think I don't, and I'm sure there are going to be so many people out there that call us hypocrites for saying this because like eating cow is so, well, I mean, you don't.
I don't.
But for me, I don't eat cow either. But like, what am I thinking? Because I'm like, my thing is I don't want to eat shark because it's so bad for the ecosystem. Like the sharking industry is so horrific and it literally is messing up our oceans and therefore our air and like it's destroying the planet basically. But also I eat salmon and lobster and so I'm sure people are going to be like, you're such a hypocrite, but I don't know. I feel like you got to cut it off at some point and it's shark for me.
Yeah. I eat Danny's lobster that he free dives for.
That's sustainable and I support that. Yeah. Yeah. I only eat Danny's lobster as well, but it's because I can't afford restaurant lobster.
Abby and I don't, we like lobster, but we don't ever order it because it's so expensive.
Yeah, and then Danny just slaps it in front of our face for free.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I'd rather not. I eat a lot of crab though.
Yeah, and that's really bad too, but it's so good. So good.
Listen, I was vegan. Very difficult in this society.
I was like, I won't give up chicken. I feel so bad for pigs and cows, but I cannot give up because I will only have grain left to eat. Grain, vegetables, and fruit. And I will perish.
Welcome to my diet.
And technically I'm not supposed to have the grain. So then I'll have fruit and vegetables left. And that's it. And your girl will not make it. So I can't give up chicken.
Yeah. It's whatever. We all have our own thing and we all do our own part in a different way. But yeah, I mean, it is all cultural. It's what you grow up with that you think is normal versus not. And like, If you grow up eating fertilized duck eggs, you're not going to think anything of it.
No, and I'm sure they come here and think stuff we eat is just like wild, like weird.
It
and
is
gross
cultural.
and...
I personally wouldn't eat it now because of my diet, but also because, or my food lifestyle, but also just because that's not how I grew up. So I can't in this moment compartmentalize.
Yeah.
And detach.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
All right. You want to give me some hospital stories?
Oh,
I want the dirty stuff.
Do I? Okay. And before we get into this, I just feel like I need to just put it out there for the both of us. Some people have medical stuff going on because of mental illness.
Yeah.
And we recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But it doesn't make these stories
less gross.
Less gross. Yeah.
For the person who had to deal with it.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So, and these people, like when you're a nurse and a doctor and you have people come in that have these gross stories, you know it's due to mental health and like they clearly need help and like support.
Yeah, but it doesn't make the process of cleaning any less gross for them.
Yes. So that is my little
it's less. It's
note.
Not as shameful or judgmental, but it's still
gross.
It's still really gross for them.
Yes. Okay. So this says, my aunt is a nurse and once had a guy come in with pain in his leg. They took him back and discovered a big infected cut and a bunch of bumps around it. After trying to dig some of the junk out of it, they found living fly eggs and maggots inside his infected cut. It took them hours to scrape out.
Ooh.
I lived with an ER doc/surgeon for 2 years when I was in college. And I watched I was a live-in nanny. And maggots in wounds is so much more common than you think.
Like what? Because of like people that are
homelessness. And a lot of times like if people are not very mobile, they can't turn to see those things. Or they can't reach it to clean it properly. And
if you don't have helping hands.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff that happens on my back all the time. I'm like, Abby, help me.
Yeah.
Like I had you just do the tape on my shoulder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you need extra people for. And if you don't have it, like what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to go to the doctor and be like, can you put this Band-Aid on me?
Yeah.
Because we're in America and health
that cost you
sucks.
$700
for one Band-Aid.
Yep. Okay. This one said, when you get admitted into the ICU, we do a head-to-toe bath. So we're bathing this lady, and she had multiple skin folds, and one of them smelled particularly bad. We lifted up the fold to get underneath to clean it very well for her, and discovered there was a dead frog in her fold. I said to her, as politely and gentle as possible, "Ma'am, there's a dead frog under your skin fold." And she said, "Oh, that's Bernie. I've been wondering where he went."
That can't be real.
I don't know.
Emily.
I don't know.
Emily.
I don't know.
Emily.
I don't know.
Emily.
Like, was it her pet?
I think so.
Oh, Bernie.
That's really sad.
No.
How did he get in there?
I guess like if he was like.
So she was like standing and then she sat down?
Yeah. Or maybe she like moved a certain way or like.
Do you lose nerves or like sensation like when your skin expands that much?
That's a good question.
And there's that much like extra fat. Do you become less sensitive, like because she couldn't feel it moving?
Or I mean, and this is
a genuine question.
Yeah, and this is a complete guess on my end. Maybe your body is just so painful all the time that you don't notice when something is happening.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I never thought I would hear that story.
You're welcome.
I don't think I could have ever thought up that story.
Right. That sometimes I see stories and I'm like, that has to be a lie. But then I'm like, who would think to lie about that?
Who would think of that?
Right. All right. This one's a little funnier. It says, a guy comes into the ER talking about cramping, constipation, and a pain in his genital area. So they do a couple of quick tests and confirm that, in fact, he is constipated. The next thing they do is pull down his pants and look at his genital area. The nurse is completely blown away when she sees that his balls are entirely tucked inside of his asshole, and she immediately calls for a doctor. When the doctor asked how this happened, the man said that he had a bet with one of his friends for $100 and also explained that his friend helped him pop each ball in.
Okay, so he didn't think to start with
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my balls are stuck in my butthole?
Right. He was just
I
gonna
got a little crampy cramp up here. Is there anything you can do? Release your balls, sir.
He was just bringing them along for the journey. But they were stuck. Like, they had to help him get the balls out.
Why did he say he was bloating and constipated? Why didn't he say, I stuck my balls up my asshole like a fucking asshole and they're stuck? Please help. Why did you make a nurse go through a treasure hunt to find your family jewels in a dark ass cave? You fuck. What the fuck? I can't.
And the
that
fact that
I'm gonna goddamn roast.
Yep. And the fact that his friend helped him.
I could see being drunk dudes being like, excuse me, your balls are so long, stick them up your butt.
Right.
Okay. People do stupid shit all the time. But time when you're in trouble to stop the stupid shit and actually get help instead of making these doctors and nurses be like, okay, but does this hurt? Does this hurt? All right.
You're just wasting your own money.
Yeah, you're wasting your time and your money. Go in there and be like, my balls are stuck in my asshole.
What are you
done with it?
What do you put on like the little check-in form? Balls in asshole.
I mean, I've met several ER nurses and they're like, a lot of the time people just stick shit up their asshole.
Yeah.
Gophers, hamsters.
Yep.
Food.
Yep.
Everything gets stuck up the asshole for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there is a reason. There's a G-spot in men's buttholes and they really like things touching it, but not in a gay way, apparently.
Right. So instead of being safe and going and buying a dildo.
No, then they'd be admitting it. But they'll go buy a fucking hamster.
Cucumber.
Yeah.
Chair leg.
Go ask your partner to stick their finger up your ass. It's not that big of a deal.
Right. Just get into it. A lot of women would be excited to do that because we think it's so like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Yep.
Women.
We just get excited about everything. You got a finger up your butt. Well, it's because how, like, at least when I was dating my boyfriend, I was like, let me stick a finger. Like, to be, like, joking.
Yeah.
If he were ever come to me and be like, I want you to stick a finger up my butthole, I would need to know that.
You need to watch Broad City.
Why?
Because there's a whole episode on pegging.
Oh, okay.
You really need to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's your homework.
Fine. Okay.
You gotta do it.
Okay.
That next time when you're editing, you know how you just put stuff on when you edit? Put Broad City on.
What's it on?
Don't ask me questions,
Okay.
but I'm subscribed to everything, so you can just use mine no matter what.
Okay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are some dirty stories.
Yeah.
So, your balls?
Balls. My friend, I don't know if I've told this on here before, but my friend got Kegel balls stuck up her vagina.
What's Kegel?
Because we just like wanted to like try them out, and she just happened to go first. Not like I wasn't like scared, but she was just like was excited and like went, and so she stuck them up and then couldn't get them out.
How do you get them out?
We put a towel down. Well, no, you should be able to like stick your own finger up there and
pull.
Like hook and pull them out, but her vagina was too tight, the balls were too big, and she was too slippery. And so every time she went to go, they would just get suctioned further and further. And she was like, I really don't want to go to the ER. And I was like, all right, pop a squat, my friend. So we laid a towel down on the floor and she squatted.
And you stuck your finger up her vagina?
What am I supposed to do? Just be like, figure it out on your own.
For sure.
She was sobbing. And so I was like, yeah, well, and this was like when I was out. But
even
like,
this, I would call, like, one of our friends did it. I'd call up and be like, this is happening. Are you cool with me doing this?
Yeah. Oh my
God.
Obviously,
if she did the same, I'd be like, yeah, babe,
it's not a sexual thing.
It's not.
I'm
you
fishing
help one of our friends get those Kegel balls out of their vagina.
As much as I joke about how much I'm obsessed with Joy and how hot I think she is and how much I love her and whatever, I still would never want to stick my bare hand up her vagina voluntarily to fish out a ball. I would if she needed me to.
Yes.
But I would not be turned on by this.
No.
I would not find it fun. It wouldn't be pleasant. I'm sure she has a lovely vagina.
I'm sure.
But
we all have lovely vaginas.
But I don't think I ever want to be that close to any of my friends again.
No.
For a second time.
Make it a little weird.
Yeah. So anyway, we drank heavily after that.
Of course. I think you should have drank heavily before. So there you go. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. This has been the dirtiest episode. If you guys liked it, let me know. We can do another dirty episode. We actually have a couple fun podcasts planned. Should we just tell them what it is?
Sure.
Abby's going to be on the next one. So the three of us. I don't think we've done the three of us before.
No.
On a podcast.
And our friend Steve. Do.
Emily is our friend Steve.
Yeah.
And then Emily and we just thought of this one. We're going to do
it's gonna be so bad.
Funny. We're going to read romance novels to each other.
Erotica.
So we're sex scenes and trying to make the other person laugh. And if you laugh, you have to take a sip of alcohol.
So it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse.
We've got some fun things planned.
Yeah.
And then I'll start collabing with people again. But this one was these. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I love you guys. Please subscribe. Please follow. Like us. And if you have any topics or stories, always comment them down below or DM them to Emily so she can organize them for me.
Yeah.
I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya!